Welcome to Days Behind, where we unveil the trivia and stories behind holidays and national days. Every year on April 26th, the world pauses to commemorate International Chernobyl Disaster Remembrance Day. This solemn occasion marks the anniversary of the catastrophic explosion at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in 1986. It is a day to remember the victims and reflect on the importance of nuclear safety. The Chernobyl disaster stands as a stark reminder of the devastating impact of human error and technological failure. This day honors the courage and sacrifice of the first responders. It also honors the resilience of the affected communities. International Chernobyl Disaster Remembrance Day is a call to action. It reminds us to prioritize nuclear safety and prevent future tragedies. By remembering Chernobyl, we strive for a safer world. The events of April 26, 1986, forever etched themselves into the annals of history. At 1:23 a.m., during a safety test at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant near Pripyat, Ukraine, a sudden surge in power output led to a catastrophic explosion in reactor number 4. The explosion ripped apart the reactor's roof, sending a plume of radioactive material high into the atmosphere. The immediate aftermath was chaotic, with firefighters battling the inferno and attempting to contain the spread of radiation. The explosion at Chernobyl was not a single event, but rather a cascade of failures. Design flaws in the reactor, coupled with operator error and a disregard for safety protocols, culminated in the disaster. The Soviet government's initial secrecy and delayed response exacerbated the situation, hindering evacuation efforts and allowing the radioactive plume to spread further. The disaster unfolded rapidly, with the fire raging for days and releasing vast quantities of radioactive material into the environment. The Soviet Union initially attempted to downplay the severity of the incident, but the truth soon became impossible to conceal as radiation levels soared across Europe. The Chernobyl disaster exposed the devastating potential of nuclear energy when safety measures are ignored and accidents occur. The explosion at Chernobyl released a cocktail of radioactive isotopes into the atmosphere, including iodine-131, cesium-137, and strontium-90. These isotopes have long half-lives, meaning they remain radioactive for extended periods, contaminating soil, water, and food chains. The long-term environmental and health consequences of the disaster continue to plague the region to this day. The Chernobyl disaster cast a long shadow over Belarus, Ukraine, and Russia, leaving behind a legacy of environmental contamination and health problems. The immediate area surrounding the power plant, known as the Chernobyl exclusion zone, remains uninhabitable due to high levels of radiation. Beyond the exclusion zone, vast swathes of land were contaminated with radioactive fallout, affecting agriculture, forestry, and water resources. One of the most significant long-term impacts of the Chernobyl disaster is the increased incidence of thyroid cancer, particularly in children and adolescents. The release of radioactive iodine-131 was absorbed by the thyroid gland, leading to a surge in thyroid cancer cases in the years following the disaster. While the incidence of thyroid cancer has declined in recent years, it remains a concern, highlighting the long-lasting health consequences of radiation exposure. The Chernobyl disaster also had a profound impact on the mental health of those affected. The trauma of the event, the loss of homes and livelihoods, and the fear of radiation exposure have led to increased rates of depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, among survivors and their families. The social and psychological consequences of the disaster continue to affect communities decades later. The environmental and health impacts of the Chernobyl disaster serve as a stark reminder of the importance of nuclear safety and the need for responsible management of nuclear materials. The international community has learned valuable lessons from Chernobyl, leading to improvements in reactor design, safety protocols, and emergency response mechanisms. However, the legacy of Chernobyl underscores the need for continued vigilance and international cooperation to prevent future nuclear disasters. In 2016, the United Nations General Assembly adopted a resolution designating April 26th as International Chernobyl Disaster Remembrance Day. This designation recognized the global significance of the Chernobyl disaster and its enduring impact on the environment, human health, and the development of international safety standards. The UN resolution highlighted the need to remember the victims, honor the sacrifices of the responders, and learn from the mistakes that led to the tragedy. The UN's decision to designate April 26th as International Chernobyl Disaster Remembrance Day was a testament to the international community's commitment to nuclear safety and the importance of preventing future disasters. It also acknowledged the ongoing challenges faced by the countries most affected by the Chernobyl disaster, particularly Belarus, Ukraine, and Russia, in their efforts to mitigate the long-term consequences and support affected populations. The UN resolution emphasized the need for continued international cooperation in areas such as scientific research on the long-term effects of radiation exposure, the development of innovative technologies for environmental remediation, and the provision of assistance to affected communities. International Chernobyl Disaster Remembrance Day serves as a platform for promoting global awareness about the risks of nuclear accidents and the importance of strengthening nuclear safety standards worldwide. By designating April 26 as International Chernobyl Disaster Remembrance Day, the United Nations has provided a platform for the international community to come together and reaffirm its commitment to a future free from the threat of nuclear disaster. This day serves as a reminder of the importance of international cooperation, technological advancement, and unwavering dedication to safety in all aspects of nuclear energy.